Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Wiki Weekends. I'm your host for this episode, Lucas Holland, and I am joined by the forever lovely Karl Smallwood.
Hell yeah.
Hell goddamn yeah, and today we are just talking about one of the OG video game princesses, Karl, Princess Peach.
Okay, so like one of the earliest female video game characters.
It's one of those things as well when we talk about Princess Peach, if we all, by now most of us are very aware that Princess Peach was not the girl that Mario rescued in Donkey Kong. In fact, that wasn't even the Mario or Donkey Kong we know.
Yeah, I think one of my favourite bits of Mario lore is just the Donkey Kong lore.
Yeah.
Of the Donkey Kong from the original Donkey Kong game is like the Donkey Kong in current canon's dad or granddad.
I think it might be like that one is Cranky Kong
Cranky Kong, yeah. And it's no wonder he's cranky. It's like, I'm the original. It's like, sure, granddad, sure, granddad.
And Donkey Kong Jr.'s just come in and taken. But I think Donkey Kong Jr. might be the dad of the current Donkey Kong, maybe?
I don't know.
I can't remember Lucas, exactly.
Lucas, we can't get into this deep Donkey Kong lore.
We can't. Like, just before Seth Rogen comes in and corrects us about it. But, Karl, we have a quote here from Princess Peach / Princess Toadstool herself.
Okay, what's a quote?
The quote is, "I can't believe I'm kidnapped. Again." And it's
she does get kidnapped a lot.
She does. It is one of her defining traits, unfortunately, as like one of the most original like female representative characters in gaming, of just she keeps getting kidnapped and rescued.
She is the quintessential damsel in distress of gaming, yes.
And that quote is from Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, which is a very tongue-in-cheek game that picks apart a lot of Mario and makes fun of it, and is getting, a re-release this year on Switch. Which is quite exciting, but what's more exciting is that we're finally getting a Princess Peach game that doesn't revolve around her having, like, women powers.
Oh, I remember that one, yeah, where it's like all of her powers like pink.
Like, one of her main superpowers is to cry on people. And then, like, get angry, and her power-up thing was, like, the vibe wand. And it's like, oh, Nintendo, what are you trying to say with this game?
Just the idea of playing a video game, it's like, quick, press the woman button, and it just makes her cry. It's like,
it's
cool.
like, dear God, Nintendo.
I guess you kind of get away with it with a series this old. It's like when you look at, like, Tom and Jerry cartoons.
You say that, but that was, like, a DS game.
Fair, yeah. The series
so that was
is
out
old,
in,
though.
like, 2005 or 6 or something.
But the series is really old. Like I say, it's like when you watch, like, Looney Tunes or something like that. Like, it's such a classic thing that, of course, it's going to use these tropes. It basically invented them.
Nowadays, we get a little bit more female empowerment in Princess Peach Showtime, where it's like Mighty Peach turns up and just becomes a fucking Power Ranger.
Well, she's always had, like, powers, but then someone's going to say, oh, in Super Mario 2, that's not a real Mario game. That was, like, Doki Doki Panic or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I always like the idea that she can fly.
The fact that she's a better, like, essentially better at platforming than Mario is, because she can glide.
She can just fly, yeah.
Just obviously that makes her incredible in Super Smash Bros. Because just, if your stage has got a lot of horizontal movement to it, just Peach dominates.
It's just as well that the idea of just the turnip tech.
There's the turnip tech, but there's also just like the toad counter, which I think is perfect.
Oh yeah, I love that. Like she just has the bodyguard. It's like, whoa, what are you doing?
Just a perfect thing to represent royalty is that they'll just send out the common people to take the bullet for them.
It's great. Just like, get down, Mr. President. I also love that she smacks you with the crown. Like, Super Smash Bros. Has some of my favourite, like, character moments. Like, I think Zelda has more personality in Super Smash Bros. Than she had in almost any, like, Legend of Zelda game. Just like in the animation I always single out is her up air, where she just does a little finger gun and shoots a fireball, and she's smiling. She has more characterization in that moment than she's had in any game.
That's one thing that always maddened me a little bit after Melee, because in Melee Princess Peach, does like the side B where she does like the booty hit on you.
Oh yeah, she twerks it, yeah.
In Melee, it explodes like
of course,
a bomb.
Yeah. The power of her ass. You can't handle it.
They changed it, I think in Brawl they changed it, where it just is like love hearts come out. Like, no, just make it that explosive booty.
Just the idea that you cannot handle this much ass, this princessly ass, just explode. Cannot handle it.
Obviously, I mentioned earlier that her name has like moved over the years from Princess Toadstool to Peach to Princess Peach, and depending on the game, but it is listed here, her full name being Princess Peach Toadstool.
Yeah, and I prefer Princess Peach because I just like the alliteration. I'm a big fan of the alliteration of Princess Peach, and it sounds nicer. Peach is a much nicer word, as that soft plosive P at the start, so Princess Peach, and it suits her like soft, gentle personality.
Until like the Super Mario Bros. Movie, where she just becomes this like war raging person. I love it, to be fair.
She has superpowers. She has undefined magical powers. She's great at football.
She's fantastic at football. I love the fact that they just lean into like giving her that like, you know, tight-fitting bodysuit instead of like the big flowy ball gownish dress, and just no, Peach is ready for some fucking action.
Also, as well, the idea that she just enjoys leisure pursuits. That suits. She's a woman of leisure. Like she's really good at golf and tennis.
Just like most Mario characters are.
Yeah.
I still remember that moment where they brought motorcycles in like Mario Kart Wii, and everyone lost their minds at all of like Daisy and Peach getting like the tight-fitting like cyclist outfits.
Just the leathers, yeah. It's like, I love redesigns of characters like that, where you just take a long-established character and just put... It's like Mario wearing his Hawaiian shirt.
Exactly,
like Mario wearing a Hawaiian shirt and sunglasses, like that's the greatest character design I've ever seen.
And then just the way that they looked in the Mario Strikers games as well. I think a lot of the characters are redesigned really well in that.
I will never forget when we played like Mario Strikers for the GameCube. I think it was me, you, and our mutual friend, and I think I just scored on you by making a Toad jump over you into the back of the net.
Yeah, I can't remember whether that was like the GameCube or the Wii one, but I remember us just trying to get really good with all of those, like, you know, the mini characters' abilities where like Toad could do the backflip or Boo could do like the teleport.
Yeah.
And just instead of actually trying to play the game, it was just who could backflip over the goalkeeper the most times.
And it always looked just so swag of just Toad backflipping into the back of the net. It's like when you play FIFA and it's like the only celebration you should ever do in FIFA is just the salmon.
The salmon dive into the net.
You've got a salmon into the back, especially when you're playing like 7-player online, all your team does it at once. Just all 7 people just salmon into back at net.
Oh dear, we're not here to talk about FIFA. We are here to talk about Princess Peach, casually Peach, usually known as Princess Toadstool, outside of Japan, prior to Yoshi's Safari, and later Super Mario 64, is a major character in the Super Mario franchise. And I think major character maybe doesn't sum it up quite well enough. She is one of the main 3 characters of the game. It's like, you know, The Legend of Zelda has like Zelda, Link, and Ganon, and the Mario series has Mario, Princess Peach, and Bowser. And yes, I put Peach above Luigi.
Yes, because Luigi's not even there half the time. He don't want to be there. That's what I love about Luigi. He doesn't want to be there.
Luigi's only there when Mario needs a friend, and just like Luigi, I guess, begrudgingly backs him up sometimes.
Yeah, just the idea that Luigi doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't want to be there. Like all of his voice lines in everything in his voice, where he's like, "Let's go."
He's too busy just trying to recreate the year that was the year of Luigi.
Oh man, it's great.
Bring it back, and maybe we'll cover that one day. But Princess Peach is the princess of the Mushroom Kingdom and the love interest of Mario, which I guess the love interest of Mario might be the right way to put it, because she's never really shown that many times to reciprocate.
No, she bakes him a cake once.
The ending of Super Mario Odyssey, she just gets basically a proposal from both Bowser and Mario, and she just goes like, I don't need either of you men, I'm gonna go traveling. He let Pauline go in favour of going for royalty, and she's just like, you're a commoner, Mario, I can't get with you.
Do you know what, though? I'll give Mario props. He fucking swings. When he swings, he swings high. That man is 5 foot tall, and he looks like that at 22 years old. And he says, you know what? I'm going to hit a princess.
He is that person. I can't remember the baseballer that was famous for it, but like, you know, pointing at the...
Oh, Babe Ruth, yeah.
It was a Babe Ruth,
Babe
yeah,
Ruth,
I wasn't sure. Just pointing out like, I'm going to go get a home run now.
Just the idea as well that Mario, just this 5-foot king. Let's go.
And it does list Princess Peach here as a human, which is a bit weird when she rules dominion over mushroom people.
Yeah, the Toads, like George Washington, the American hero. I still love, like, every now and again people put screenshots from, like, the Mario Wiki. You have, like, George Washington from the Mario TV show, or my personal favourite, that one that our friend always sends us of, like, from the Donkey Kong Country wiki of, like, a chained Kong, a victim of the Kong Wars.
God. Yeah.
And it's like this Donkey Kong inside of, like, a cage that never gets a backstory.
Yeah, it's one of those things that Nintendo want you to forget.
Yeah, it's like in, like, the first Pokemon game, isn't it? Where Lieutenant Surge notes that his Raichu killed people on the battlefield. I'm like, wait, what war? Like, he just says, yeah, my electric Pokemon zapped my enemies during the war. And, like, there was a war?
Yeah, maybe that's why there's no men around. She first appeared in Super Mario Bros. And was created by Shigeru Miyamoto to be the damsel in distress throughout most of the Super Mario games. She resides in a castle along with many toads who act as her loyal servants. Her kingdom is often, and I mean often, attacked by Bowser and his minions. Maybe there's not been a besiegement of a kingdom by the same entity more times than Bowser.
I do like the theory, though, that Bowser just wants a friend. I do like that's why he always goes, like, go-karting and stuff with Mario. Like, he's just lonely.
That's the weird thing, isn't it, of the other theory that's kind of, like, partly a little bit confirmed. Oh, yeah, they're all essentially actors doing a stage play telling the story of Super Mario.
Yeah, because that's like Super Mario 3, isn't it? It's presented a stage show, and you can literally go behind the stage in Super Mario 3.
Yes, you can. And I can't remember how much Miyamoto has, like, confirmed the theory or not, but essentially being like, yeah, they are kind of just friends who go golfing on the weekend. That's why they cannot go do all these sports things. They're not actually people that hate each other.
I think if you asked Miyamoto, he'd probably just say, just shut the fuck up.
That's the thing with a lot of Nintendo designs is, do you really care? And when people say yes, they're like, why? Whatever constructs we put within each individual game doesn't really matter to us, and we don't think that far about it. We just want the games to be fun. To the point where between Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, there's been like a few years time jump, and just all of the Guardians and like Sheikah Tech has just like gone from the world. And when asked like what happened to it, they were kind of just like, I don't know. It fulfilled its role and went away. And people got really mad.
See, I respect that as long as they commit to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As long as they commit to the idea of, like, fuck it, none of it matters, I'm fine with it. It's the moment they try and explain it. Don't try and explain it.
If you're half-hearted about explaining it, then I'm going to be, like, a bit annoyed about, like, well, why couldn't you come up with an actual explanation or put it in the game or something? But just commitment to being like, who the fuck cares?
It's like, what is it, the Zelda timeline?
That they essentially created because fans wouldn't shut up.
Yeah, it's like, what's the timeline of Zelda? And for years, it's like, who gives a fuck?
And then the moment they gave us one, they gave us 2 games immediately after that don't really make sense within that timeline. It's just like the middle finger.
So, again, I've got to respect it. I can only respect it, like, the commitment to the bit.
And it's always just fun and gameplay first, as far as something like the Super Mario Bros. Series is concerned in Miyamoto's eyes.
Absolutely, yes. So tell me more about Peach.
Peach has an affinity for the colour pink, if you haven't guessed, which accents her gentle personality and kind temperament. Peach's gentle nature and role as the damsel in distress are often represented with her heart abilities and crown emblem.
Oh, just a giant exploding ass.
True. And one thing that always kind of upset me about the fact that she's Peach, but is always accented with the pink colour, is that just peaches on pink.
Nope. They're like, well, weirdly enough, Peach like apricot coloured, which I think apricots are just peaches that dried, right?
I'm not sure, but
I think they are, yeah. It's like same like grapes and raisins, I think.
It's like
figs and dates.
I don't really associate the same type of pink with peach as peaches.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't ever say that she wears peach colours.
No, but she is called Peach, which just makes it a bit weird.
But since her debut, she has appeared in installments related to the Super Mario game series for over 3 decades, and even appearing in more games than any other female character in video game history.
I can believe that, yeah.
It's quite upsetting when most of those are just, Mario, help me.
Yeah, it's that thing. It's like, oh, who is the single most prominent, like, you know, prolific female video game character? What's like, you know, 51% of the world's population? What do they get? Help me, Mario! I'll bait you a cake if you rescue me.
And then the one the first time they got a game starring her after 20 years. It's a game about her having just the powers of, womanhood, of just getting angry or crying at people.
Lucas,
and it's
press the woman button. Here's a question then. What, other female characters from Nintendo do you think would not put up with Bowser's shit?
Samus.
Yeah. Can you imagine if, just Samus was, chilling in Princess Peach's castle and then Bowser kidnapped her?
Imagine Bowser trying to kidnap Samus fucking around.
He probably could do it if she was, sleeping. Because I always pick, when I think of Samus, I think she must sleep in her morph ball form, because it's probably really easy.
Bowser just picks the morph ball up and it's like, aha!
I have it
now.
now.
And then Samus breaks out and just does, 30 combo finisher on him.
She just down airs him. He's like, no!
Peach is occasionally a supporting character in mainstream games and almost always playable in spin-off installments. Her most prominent appearance to date as the heroine of Super Princess Peach, and the most recent mainstream game where she appears as a playable character rather than a damsel in distress is Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and then by the time this video comes out, I assume also Princess Peach Showtime will be out.
And I need to ask, in Super Princess Peach, is it Mario who gets kidnapped? Do they at least do that?
Let's just give a quick click on the game and maybe look at a summary of Super Princess Peach.
That'd be the one thing I'd kind of like if they just completely reverse the roles of it. Oh, it's Mario who got kidnapped this time.
In this game, the characters' traditional roles in the Super Mario Bros. Series are reversed. Rather than Mario and Luigi being the protagonists and rescuing Peach, it is Mario, Luigi, and the Toads who are kidnapped and taken to Vibe Island by Bowser, who has stolen the Vibe Scepter, a magical item capable of influencing emotions, leaving Princess Peach to rescue them as the main protagonist.
The Vibe Scepter sounds like the most, this is a dildo and we're not calling it a dildo thing ever.
Literally the next line is just, to accomplish this, she befriends a talking umbrella Perry and uses her own powers of emotion.
Because of course, yes, the female character has to have overly wild emotions and volatile mood swings.
So I wonder if it just has a list of the powers that she has available to her in this game.
It should the fact that she could just fucking fly and twat you with a crown. That's why I say everyone should just get their Super Smash Bros. Power set.
And the fact that I appreciate, she can hit people with a frying pan, which is cool, but again, a little bit of a woman stereotype
thing. She's a fucking princess. She's not doing her own cooking.
No, but she can also, change that move to pull out a golf club or a tennis racket and hit you with them, which I think is pretty cool.
It is more fitting as a lady of leisure. She's a princess. Of course, she's taking part in rich people hobbies, like golf and tennis.
Peach's vibes within this game. These are the 4 powers that she has access to throughout the game and unlocks.
Okay.
And the vibes that she unlocks are joy, rage, gloom, and calm.
See, calm could work if she got the essence of nothingness that Ryu gets in Street Fighter. Do you like where Ryu just enters Denjin mode, where he's he just empties his mind of all thought, and that's the counter to the Satsui no Hado?
She just gains inner peace, essentially.
Yeah, inner peach.
Inner peach. Yeah.
What I'm saying is, give Princess Peach the Satsui no Hado, and do you like the Raging Demon? Imagine what she does.
That could be what the rage power is. It's not that she just gets angry and catches fire. It's that she just does the Raging Demon.
But you know when Akuma floats across the stage, she'd be really good at that.
She would be, yeah. She can literally do that, and combine that, you could get her and Yoshi just doing the pose at the end.
Oh yeah, then instead of the symbol that Akuma gets, it's just a drawing of a peach. So that's the oh man, I just now want just Princess Peach doing the Tatsumaki. Okay, what is your favourite? Just fuck it, this character can fly, and we're never going to explain it. And why is it the spinning bird kick?
Specifically, the spinning bird kick in Street Fighter 6's little creation story mode, where you can use it to fly across gaps.
Can be used to destroy wooden boxes and barrels or leap to faraway platforms.
I think it would be so much better as well if she did actually go at rotary speeds of a helicopter.
Oh man, it'd be unstoppable. I can see why it'd hurt.
I can't see why it would make you become a helicopter.
is so funny. Like, Chun-Li is
It's so
amazing.
good.
Chun-Li and Princess Peach would be great friends.
And I'm so mad that Chun-Li never got into Super Smash Bros. Like, I understand that Ken got in as a clone because it's a bit easier to make, like, a clone character than it is a brand new fighter, but we got Cloud and Sephiroth from the same series. I wish we'd got Ryu and Chun-Li.
Like, Chun-Li is just the best. It's just a spinning bird kick. It's so dope.
And I am really glad that in Princess Peach Showtime, maybe we can just look up what her, like, list of, not necessarily abilities, but costume changes are here.
Yeah, because it's all costume. I love this. Just taking a character who's, like, iconic enough where we can change up their design and you'll still recognise it as that character. As in Mario in the Odyssey games, where it's just Mario in a Hawaiian shirt. Because the character is distinct enough where we can put him in a Hawaiian shirt and you still recognise it as Mario because he's got that mustache.
Yeah, the red outfit with the dungarees on, that is iconic, but the fact that Mario is just iconic enough in his face and just general stature that you can go and put a cowboy outfit on him and everybody knows that it's still Mario.
Yeah.
I picked up a list here of like 10 of the transformations that we've had confirmed before the game comes out.
Okay.
Cowgirl Peach, Sword Fighter Peach, Patissier Peach, Kung Fu Peach, Detective Peach, Ninja Peach, Figure Skater Peach, Dashing Thief Peach, Mermaid Peach, and Mighty Peach, which, as I mentioned earlier, Mighty Peach is kind of like a Power Rangers transformation.
Everyone needs a Power Rangers transformation. Like, speaking of, like, Street Fighter, remember where they did that Power Rangers Street Fighter crossover and Chun-Li got a Power Ranger outfit?
Oh, those designs were so cool.
Won't let evil go unchecked.
And there's a couple of crossovers that every like piece of media should get after a while, and it's like everyone should get a Power Rangers one. Every character needs a Power Rangers redesign or a Sentai redesign.
Yes, exactly. It is Super Sentai, we are aware, but yeah, Power Rangers to us. But I love the idea more that, oh yeah, Princess Peach Showtime is revolving around giving her cool outfits, cool designs, and then each of those designs gets like a cool new gimmick of like, you know, some of them like Patissier Peach, it just looks like it's a minigame kind of thing where she makes cool baked goods, but then other ones where it's Sword Fighter Peach and Mighty Peach, she becomes a more active character.
It's like very Kirby-esque, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. It's so much nicer to know that we're finally getting a Princess Peach game where she can kick some ass.
It's like, it's weird that we had before, like I said, of like, there's one game where she was the main character, and it's like, oh, she cries.
Yeah.
Is that when you told me that there's never been a Legend of Zelda game where Zelda's playable? My mind was blown when you told me that. I'm like, surely there's got to be one game where she's playable. And you're like, nope, she's never been playable.
There's the Muso spin-offs like Hyrule Warriors and Age of Calamity.
A mainline Legend of Zelda game.
Mainline The Legend of Zelda
We've
game.
also would correct and said she's playable in this fucking Muso spin-off.
Yeah, or the, oh, well, technically you can control, like, her ghost that controls a phantom in, like, Phantom Hourglasses, but you don't get to primarily play as Zelda in a Zelda game.
And that's why I said earlier, I think she has more characterization in Smash Bros. But you actually get to see her take an active role in the game.
Maybe, like, Wind Waker, Skyward Sword, Breath of the Wild, you get, like, quite a lot more characterization of her, but a lot of the time she's just a background character.
She's a plot device.
Sometimes literally just a plot device where some of the earlier Zelda games were just, well, Zelda's asleep on a table and at the end of the game you'll get the Triforce and awaken her.
Yeah. Well, it's very, very classic stories, like, you know, wake up the sleeping princess, but, you know, after like 30 straight fucking years, you think, you're not going to mix it up a little bit? And the most obvious way to mix it up would be to just, like, make her be playable. I was baffled she wasn't playable in Tears of the Kingdom.
This wiki has a list of like powers and abilities, but it's not written in the best way because it doesn't break it down into like easy to read bullet points or anything for me to go with.
Okay.
So I'm just going to go to like a list of her games and just see how many there are. And oh my god, like this list is, as you can imagine, fucking comprehensive.
Okay, I'll tell you what, just try and pick out the ones then that are the most obscure.
The most obscure?
Yes.
Okay. So some of the more obscure ones that I can see here, I don't even know what this game is. Like Quix, which is Qix as a non-playable character on the Game Boy.
They're the kind of things that I love, where it's just like, do you remember Quix? And you're like fuck, I remember what Quix is.
I don't even know what that is. You have her as an NPC in NES Open Tournament Golf.
I like that Mario turns up to play golf every now and again. I love shit like that.
That's the one where Mario gets like that Smash Bros outfit where he's in like the American flag costume, basically.
The best Mario outfit, just fucking Apollo Creed.
And I'm kind of mad that we don't get things like this anymore that are just like... They're fun to make fun of. I don't legitimately want them to make them again, but Mario early years, preschool fun.
So I kind
And
of
she's
like
a playable character.
I kind of like those things. It's like, what is it, Pokemon Teeth? It's like, we're going to use a memorable...
Smile, I think, is
Pokemon Teeth is a way funnier name.
Pokemon Teeth is a way creepier version.
That's why I always call it Pokemon Teeth.
The Pokemon are coming in for your teeth.
Like, we're going to use these memorable characters as a way to teach kids about shapes or colours or something.
Yeah,
I don't
like
mind
Mario teaches typing.
Yeah, those are fun games.
And they're not, but like the fact that, you
They were
know,
when you were a little kid, though, 'cause it's Mario and he teaches you how to type. I remember playing Mario teaches typing in school.
as much as those, you know, edutainment early PC games get ripped apart, like, I loved playing them when we had, like, you know, IT in school, and some of it was like, oh, you're gonna go get to play a game today, and the game was just going and teaching you how to type and how to spell and how to do maths. And
You slap a Mario skin on that shit and I'll play it all day.
yeah, one of the things that me and my sisters fought over playing on the PC when we were younger was an educational game where you did maths.
Yep.
She's a playable character in Excite Bike Bun Bun Mario Battle Stadium Episode 3 from 1997, which is a Satellaview version of the game, which is like, I think that's when they like live streamed via satellite games to your Super Nintendo or Super Famicom or whatever.
Nintendo were fucking on it. Like, Japan got so much weird, obscure shit.
Never forget that there is a Link to the Past, I think it's like BTS version or something, where it's a Satellaview game. It is still just like not fully playable to this day. It's a full, like, you know, remix of A Link to the Past, but it's done via Satellaview, so it was streamed to your console live. They haven't been able to fully recompile all that game.
It's weird to think, isn't it? Like, such an iconic series has these games that you just can't play. It's like, yeah, in fact, I was only passingly familiar with Satellaview. I mean, you just think, oh yeah, in the 90s, they were live streaming games. Like, Nintendo invented Twitch in the 90s and did nothing with it.
But they weren't even, like, streaming video of someone else playing games. They were streaming chunks of video games to you to play each week.
Yeah. What's okay? They invented, like, battle passes then.
Yeah, it's wild.
They invented, like, the subscription service in the 90s and just never did anything with it.
And there were even, I think, like, parts where you could play, like, Super Mario Brothers or something, but the game had radio stars having commentary over the gameplay and stuff like this.
Yeah, Twitch.
We should probably talk about this Satellaview in a different episode
That's
because
like, you know,
it's crazy.
when you hear about those companies that just invented something that's like would have changed the world, but they didn't realize, like Kodak inventing digital cameras, and then they intentionally didn't release them because they thought if we release a digital camera, it'll compete with our sales of film. So just crushed the
Right.
technology and never did anything with it. Then another company made a digital camera and they went out of business almost. It's like they invented it like 10 years before it existed.
And then it's just, yeah, we didn't want to use it.
Like you say, like Nintendo invented the ability to live stream video games. They invented Twitch 25 years before it existed.
And it's a little bit sad here to end on, Carl, because I went to go to the trivia section.
Okay, what's the trivia about Princess Peach?
There's just two very short little bits of trivia here, according to MarioWiki.com. Like, you'd think Mario Wiki might have more than 2 pieces of trivia on Princess Peach.
35 years of like video gaming history summed up in 2 sentences.
Toadstool is described as Fairy Princess in the 47th issue of United Kingdom Nintendo Magazine System.
That was probably just a translation error or something, wasn't it? Like, well, she's a princess, she's a fairy princess.
And then Peach was misnamed as Princess Daisy in the 49th issue of the Australian Nintendo Magazine System. And that's all the trivia that they apparently have.
There's not a single bit of trivia about like how she came to be, what was the inspiration for her design.
No, nothing. And I think it's like nearly 40 years that Princess Peach has been a character, and all they've got is just she was mistranslated in a Nintendo magazine one time.
It's like, oh, cool.
Like, come on, Mario, you get your shit together. We don't do our own research here. And it is sad that we get to end on that little bit of trivia. So if you've got any interesting Peach trivia, let us know in the comments, because it'd be nice to share some more fun facts about the character, rather than just like, she was mistranslated, or did you know she had a game where she cried a lot?
That's still so fucking funny.
It's so dumb.
It's so funny that they put that in.
I'm so glad that Princess Peach Showtime is coming out just for the sake that we get to kind of wipe away that record of Princess Peach having one game and she just gets fucking mad and cries a lot.
I said give her the Satsuna Hato and it would have been fine. If they gave her that, it would have been fucking fine. If she just had the Satsuna Hato, I'd have been completely fine with it.
I guess just to round it out then, what we've got, like, for the powers, we got Rage. It was Rage, Calm, which we came up with. You know, we've got, like, the Inner Peace for Calm, where you become just, like, God Mode Ryu. You got the Raging Demon for Rage. I think one was Gloom.
Well, surely that'd be, like, similar to, like, the shadow powers that Luigi has, right? But Luigi can, like, cast you into the shadow dimension, just, like, from his pure negativity.
When did Luigi actually have the ability to do that?
What's his final Smash in Smash Bros?
Oh, it used to be his final Smash, didn't it?
Yeah,
like, he creates an entire dimension of just sadness and
Yeah,
gloom.
That's what she'd do. But I think it'd work like Quicksilver does in Devil May Cry 3, where it slows down time and lets you just combo.
That'd be cool, yeah.
So I'm just imagining like just Princess Peach doing jump cancel combos with the crown.
And then the last vibe that we haven't covered would be Joy.
Joy.
Like, what do you reckon would be a superpower for Joy that she could steal?
It'd have to be like a superpower, right? Of like getting really just energy filled. Joy can,
I guess so, yeah.
like My Hero Academia. I join they get like.
So are you saying that she should become supersonic?
No, I'm not to the level of supersonic, but like just the love of combat will flow through her. Like Mirko in My Hero Academia, where she's just like, I fucking love fighting.
Yeah.
And just like does like the energy starts erupting from her, just like the fucking like Moonsault Slayer.
Oh god, yes.
That's what she'd have, like just the joy. Or similar to, or maybe like Naruto. Joy, it's like they're opening all 8 gates and they open up like the gate of joy.
No, I'm not familiar very much.
Like that's what it is. It's like the 8 gates that they open. Like one is the gate of joy, and it just gives you fucking Super Saiyan powers for like 5 minutes. Give her that.
Oh god, she just gains the joy of being able to glide around and kick ass.
Yeah, she just becomes Mirko. What I'm saying is, put that character from My Hero Academia into a fucking fighting game.
We just need more Mirko.
Mirko might be. I remember when she turned up. Like, what the fuck's a rabbit gonna do?
Immediately becomes like the best character on the entire show.
I think it's the moment she just did a Moonsault Slayer. People don't know what a Moonsault Slayer is. It's a move Virgil does in Devil May Cry 3, where he just does 14 front flips and just does like a heel drop at Mach 3.
She just casually pulls it out of the bag.
Yeah, she's just a Moonsault Slayer. And it's like, well. Give Princess Peach that. Oh, and you could give that the rabbit outfit.
So I still remember back in the day when you could see like brief pictures of Mirko and like she's like one of the top 5 heroes or something along that lines.
Yeah, we need to do a video on Mirko. Like, you know what? When My Hero Academia next season, I'm doing Mirko.
Yeah, because like at some point it was just like, oh yeah, we're not showing her off, but she's in like the top 5 or top 10 heroes, and you're, who the fuck is that? I've never seen that character, and they give it like 5 seasons before she shows up and then just kicks all of the ass.
And it's just like, well, Power's rabbit, how's that going to work? It's like when you watch like One Punch Man, and like one of the best heroes in One Punch Man is called Watchdog Man, and you never find out what makes him so strong, but he's just the guy in the dog outfit. And he's like the number 2 hero in the world. And it's like they never explain how he got as powerful as he is. I'm
loving the idea that we might be able to soon just power scale Peach and figure out, oh, if we work out how strong Mighty Peach is when she's annihilating spaceships and stuff, just see how powerful Princess Peach actually becomes.
Absolutely, yeah. The fact she just pull a bomb out of like the ground.
That is true. She does have a 1 in like 250 chance to just take a turnip and pull out a bob-omb instead.
Yep.
Let us know just all of your favourite Peach trivia in the comments, and thank you for watching. It's been lovely. Yeah, have a lovely day.
Cheers, everybody.